Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Becoming Better. In this episode, I'd like to analyze the feasibility of my qualifying for the Boston Marathon. The reason I'm talking about it now is because I'm coming up on my 43rd birthday. The way I look at the Boston Marathon qualifying times is that it's a race between how fast you can get better as a runner and how fast your body deteriorates as you get older. And as I approach my 43rd birthday, I've begun to think that now is the time when I have a serious shot at qualifying for this prestigious race. I've never been much of a goal setter, and when I have set goals, I've never been a pie in the sky kind of goal setter. I've never set goals that are ridiculously high. I've always set goals that I've thought that with a reasonable amount of effort I could actually attain. And the only reason I've really begun to think about Boston is because in the last week of training I ran 2 long runs, each of which corresponded to a half marathon distance. Now I wasn't planning to run the half marathon, and I wasn't planning to run them particularly fast. But as it turns out, the sum of those 2 times for each of those half marathons was 3 hours and 26 minutes. Now the Boston Marathon qualifying time for the 40 to 44 age group is 3 hours and 15 minutes, and for the 45 to 49 age group it's 3 hours and 25 minutes. Of course, the acceptance times are a little bit faster than that, maybe by a couple of minutes or 2.5 minutes, so I would have to go even faster. But the fact that I could run 3 hours and 26 minutes for 2 half marathons in training led me to think that maybe, just maybe, there's a possibility that I could qualify for Boston. I don't think that it's possible for me in my current level of fitness to run 3 hours and 15 minutes. So maybe just a case of using the next 2 years to get significantly faster than I am now and to build up my endurance and get to the point where I could run 2 back-to-back half marathons in 3 hours and 25. And if I could do that, then I could legitimately have a shot at running Boston, which I think would be an amazing, amazing achievement for me. So given that I've just been able to think about it in a different way, that is, think about a marathon as being the sum of 2 half marathons. Now, I totally understand. I'm going to get tired. I'm going to have to build in, 15-20 minutes for getting tired, because it's not at all like running 1 half marathon, running 2 back-to-back. But I think that it's possible that I could get there. At least I have the speed in my legs over the half marathon distance to contemplate it. And perhaps I could get there if I really built up my strength and my endurance. So for those of you out there who are in my sort of situation, who are in my sort of age range and in my capability range, I just start thinking about breaking down the marathon into shorter chunks, each of which you could run at Boston Marathon qualifying pace, and then just imagining in your mind how you might string those chunks together to come up with a Boston Marathon qualifying time. It's not completely unreasonable to think that you can approach it in this way. And I think, in fact, it might be a good way to attack getting to a BQ. All right, everyone, thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope your training is going well, and I hope your running is progressing like mine is. I hope you're having fun, and I look forward to talking with you again soon.